especially Mrs.Rosalyn Galeon. By the way, we are the group 4. For today's video, we're going to discuss our assigned topic, which is forming logical conclusions. By the way, I'm Trisky Rafaela and I'm going to introduce my members. Mary Joy Abanto, our leader, Mariel Jimenez, Jane Rose Pardillo, Valerie Rafaela, and Edgardo Delfino. So now we're gonna start to discuss our assigned topic, which is forming logical conclusions. So today, we're gonna learn what is conclusion, what are the characteristics of conclusions, and also what are the strategies in doing a conclusions. Conclusion is the first section of Chapter 5. So, ang Chapter 5 includes summary, conclusions, and recommendations. This section, as described by Prito et al. 2017, it is commonly composed of an inclusive summary of the findings of the research study. So, it means, ang conclusion is mo siyang overall findings which is nakuha ninyo sa pag-investigate and pag-conduct of experiment. And also, conclusion is to help us, the purpose of conclusion is to help us to understand why gikonduct na nato nga study. The conclusion serves an important part in making a research paper, as it is a chance for the researcher to leave a lasting impression. So here, ang conclusion diya is mo siya most important part sa pagbuhat og research paper. Kay we all know, ang conclusion is a part of making an essay. And also, here in research, ang conclusion is mo siya ang overall findings sa inyong study, where you can get it by investigating and conducting an experiment. Also, ang conclusion is to help us to understand the significance of your research study. So it means, ang conclusion is makahelp ni siya if para mas masabtan nato if nganong gikonduct na nato nga study. So now, let's move on to the important roles and purpose in a research study.
Research conclusion has its important rules and purpose in a research study. These are commonly elaborated as the following. First, it stresses out the importance of the thesis. In conclusion, we need to emphasize the importance of the thesis kay mao ni ang atong gibisan on how we make it good. Second, it gives the written work a sense of completeness. Also sa conclusion, ari nato mapakita ang completeness sa written work nga atong gihimo. Third, it leaves a final impression to the readers. Ari ni siya, nagpabilin ni siya og last impression sa mga readers. And lastly, it demonstrates good organization. Ang last, maon ni siya ang it's nagpakita ni siya og nindot nga organisasyon sa research nga atong gihimo.
Characteristic of quality research conclusions. These characteristics will guide you to produce a quality research conclusions. Conclusions are inferences, deductions, objection, implications, interpretations, general statements, and are generations based upon the finding. Example, like moana about sa atong research. We gathering more information about our topic so that we can find an exact conclusion.
Conclusions should be appropriately answer the specific questions raised at the beginning of the investigation in the order that they are given under the statement of the problem. Diba at the beginning kay nag-outline man ta og question nga needed nato i-discover sa atong pag-research or pag-investigate. So it says here nga in forming a conclusion that ang conclusion dapat those questions must be addressed or ma-answer in sequence based sa order nila under the statement of the problem. Meaning, in forming a conclusion, first nimo i-write is the answer based sa first nga question, then ikaduha kay sa ikaduha nga question, and so on. conclusion should be point out what factually learned from the inquiry. This means nga conclusion should be based sa finding or results nga atong una come up during sa research. Dapat stick jud ta sa kung unsay results sa ato research with pakapin nga evidence to make sure nga concrete and information or factually learned jud atong conclusions. Dapat connected jud ang duha or relevant sa usag-usa. Therefore dapat likayan nato nga maghimo og claims sa conclusion nga simang sa results sa atong research.
4. Conclusions should be formulated concisely, that is, brief and short, yet they convey all the necessary information resulting from the investigation. Dapat sa conclusion formulated siya og ang important detail ra ang imong ibutang nga nag-convey sa tanang impormasyon nga results gikan sa investigasyon.
Next is strategy for formulating conclusions. So, below are the 4 strategies that you could follow in making your conclusions. So, first is you briefly discuss or echo your introduction. So, when you briefly discuss or repeat your introduction, you are basically summarizing your main points and reminding your readers of what you have already covered in your research. Or sa Bisaya pa, dapat i-discuss or balikon nimo or i-summarize ang imong point para ma-remind nimo ang imong reader kung unsay na-covered sa imong research. So, this help to refresh your memory and reinforce the key ideas you have presented. By revisiting your introduction, you can also provide clarity and ensure that your readers have a clear understanding of the topic before moving on the next section. Second is put a final impression on your reader by giving them a hint of the application of your research toward their daily life. So, it is very important, guys, to make your work more relatable. By showing how your research can be applied in real-life situation, dapat i-demonstrate nimo ang mga practical value ug ipakita ang mga potential benefit nga makuha. So this can help you to engage your readers and encourage them to think about how your finding impact their own lives on the world around them. The third one is get more good impression by concluding the importance of the study towards society. So dapat, guys, i-emphasize ang importance sa study towards the society. We need to conclude the research by emphasizing the significance of our findings toward as a whole. This helps to highlight the value of the research and how it contributes to the existing knowledge in the field. Lastly, number 4, leaving a question to the readers which could be an avenue for gaining a new perspective. This strategy involves leaving the readers, guys, with a thought-provoking questions that encourage them to think further about the topic. This can lead to new insights and perspective on the subject matter. Ang nakalindot man gud ani kay it can encourage them to think more deeply about the topic and potentially spark new ideas or perspective about the topic. At the end of this presentation, I hope you understand our topic and gain more knowledge today. Thank you for listening, guys. Please feel free to ask any questions for further clarification. Your participation in this discussion is greatly appreciated. Let's continue to learn and grow together. Thank you for your time and attention, guys. Have a wonderful day.